Hey guys, Kat Secor, IFBB Pro and Super League Pro, and you're watching Muscle Sport TV.
We're here at Mulcahy's Pub in Wandsworth, New York with Bobby Jackhammer Campbell. Jackhammer Promotions. Bobby, thank you so much for having us down here.
No problem. I really appreciate you guys coming down, enjoying this awesome event we're throwing. You know, we need a lot of media, so you guys are a big help to us.
Our pleasure. Unbelievable how you guys have a ring, the cage set up here, where a place where big-time name bands have played. It's pretty wild how that was set up.
This is, we've been at Mulcahy's since 2011, but we've only been doing boxing, kickboxing, so this is our first time putting a cage inside Mulcahy's, so we're pretty excited about tonight's venue, having a bunch of MMA fights on the show inside the cage, which is awesome.
How long did it take to set that up?
The cage took about, I want to say 6 hours. 6 hours to set up. I came all the way from Pennsylvania to put it up.
It's it's a pretty extensive thing. And under what league promotions? I know it's Jackhammer Promotions, but what MMA federation is this under?
We're under ISK sanctioned body, overseen by New York State Athletic Commission. So everything ISK does has to go back to New York State Athletic Commission. So we go through a lot just to get these fights going on. A lot of people don't understand what goes on behind the scenes to make these fighters pass their medicals, their blood work, get everything in line, their IDs to make sure they could get in the cage. So it's a lot of work.
And we just finished the third bout as we're taping this now. How many bouts altogether on the card tonight?
We have 13 bouts, 13 excited bouts. We have it's half MMA, half K1 kickboxing with one super fight grappling match between a black belt, Carmine Zucker, and a professional MMA fighter, which is Dan K9 Sion. So we have some great fighters on this card.
Why aren't you fighting?
I am retired. I keep telling my girlfriend I want to do one more, but she keeps telling me no. So I don't know.
Don't be shy. Throw out some of your accolades. What's some of the titles that you have?
Well, I retired as a seven-time world champion in 3 different weight classes. So I was known as the best pound-for-pound kickboxer for 3 years in a row, and I was the first ever American fighter to get WK Fighter of the Year.
It's pretty funny how small world stuff, because you and I dealt with one another approximately 2010, I think it was. And then we came across each other again for this. So that's when you were still active before you retired.
Yes, I was still active. I was probably when I was real active, making a lot of title defenses. And then, supposedly I was going to fight a prison fighter that got a lot of media for me, which was kind of like shits and giggles. But, it fell through, but whatever.
It was all fun. But, long story short, I'm glad I got to meet you then, and I'm glad that you had us back down now. Promote the site, wherever you want to promote right now, how people can see your next card and all of that stuff.
Make sure you follow us at Jackhammer Promotions on Instagram, at Campbell's Kickboxing on Instagram, and also on Bobby Jackhammer Campbell Instagram and Facebook to check out all your updates on our Jackhammer Promotions cards. We have a big one coming up, Fall Brawl 9, October 27th, right here. Headlining our promotion is professional fighter Chrissy the Doll Yandoli.
We hope to be here for that one. Definitely want to come back for more. Bobby Jackhammer Campbell right here live at Mulcahy's Pub in Wandsworth, New York.
Hey guys, it's Cheyenne Hacker, aka Guns and Weights on Instagram, and you're watching Muscle Sport TV.
How you doing? My name is John Sikoris, and this is Sharice Sikoris, and we're the owners of Titan Medical Center.
We are here at Men's Health of Smithtown, MHS.care, with owner and president Brian Kaufman. Brian, welcome.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Thank you.
We're going to talk about, the average person that comes here to Men's Health of Smithtown. If you guys did not see the previous segment where we explain what it is, I don't want to be redundant and go through all of that over again. But it's basically it's a doctor's office, internist, and they specify in TRT and things along those lines. So I came here to Brian, introduced him through a mutual friend of ours, and basically, you come to a place like this, you got to be honest with the people in the place, right?
Yeah, of course. When patients come in, a lot of times they're suffering from symptoms of low testosterone. We speak to them. They have a questionnaire, and we're very thorough because a lot of men have this issue, and they don't know that this diagnosis is very treatable. So a lot of times they come in and they're embarrassed, especially with ED issues. We explain to them this is totally treatable, doesn't be embarrassed, and the medications are, like I said, they work really well. There's 90% of men these days they don't even know they're diagnosed with low T that have it. And at the age of 30, you'd be surprised how many men have low testosterone at the age of 30, so it's amazing.
So I'm way beyond that. I'm 52, right? So I walked in here and I told Brian straight out that I was already on self-treated TRT, right? Got the shit from the street, wherever you want to talk it, yeah. And I told him the truth straight up that I was on 200 milligrams of test once a week. I was doing test SIP. So we did my blood work, we did my urine. It's like I said, this is a legit place. This isn't, you're not going into the locker room at the gym and the guys throwing them, give me the money in my bag, leave the shit in the locker. None of that going on. This is straight up legal stuff, prescriptions, okay? So we did my test and I came back, I think it was 1252.
Correct. Joe came in, he wasn't, he was getting things from the street, and I explained how, the health risk you could have for getting, buying these medications from rogue pharmacies. Some of these pharmacies are good, but you don't know what's in it. That's the thing. They're not monitored for the DEA or the FDA. So you don't know what you're really getting. They look really good, the labels. You can even verify that half your information online. But the problem is they're underdosed, and it's the raw material that you're getting could get you sick. So Joe came in, and he asked a bunch of questions. We answered, we took the lab work, and we took over treatment. And just by putting you on pharmaceutical grade medication, you started to feel amazing right away. Cortisol levels dropped. Just everything changed medically for you. You started to gain weight, feel good. And from a medical standpoint, it's very important to be monitored and be on the correct pharmaceutical medication that are approved by the FDA and DEA. And you started to really achieve from there and really benefit.
And the program that you put me on I was doing 1 cc. So what we did was we bumped it up to 1 1/4, and then partially of SIP, and partially through that we added
testosterone propionate. We incorporated the fast-acting testosterone with the slow-acting, and just by adding that one hormone, your body took really well to it. Just a simple blend, guys. It's a very easy program. Guys are on a long-acting testosterone or an anthlete or SIP for long periods of time. Your body will get used to it, literally. It's like if you have a headache, you're taking Tylenol, it just doesn't go away. You have to take Advil. So what happens is your body took well to it right away. You felt great. And then from there, we keep changing up the hormone. And it just really worked well. And we'll talk about your peptides too.
Yeah, so he also put me on one IU, 5 days on, 2 days off of IGF-1, and also 1 pill of Arimidex
for the estrogen conversion. So Joe we explained what insulin growth factor does. It's not insulin, so people think because it doesn't affect. You don't want to take straight insulin. You have a lot of health issues or health risks. So we started you on correctly on 2 units of IGF-1 sub-Q, 5 days a week, 2 off, and literally your body just exploded from there. The muscle recovery, the mass, the muscle hyplasia, just so many things changed for you in the gym. You started to feel great and get great gains.
Yeah. I definitely felt the difference, and we're gonna do a separate segment just on IGF-1. So I don't want to give too much away on that. But doing it, I've never done Arimidex. I've never done PCT because I haven't come off in a while.
Yeah, it's very important because estrogen conversion is used with testosterone. A lot of guys think that, I don't need it. Well, you really do, because once all of a sudden you start feeling a little sensitive, and he starts developing gynecomastia, sometimes it's too late. So to prevent that, we use simple medication like tamoxifen citrate, Rimnec, which is inositol, Lexazole, and it works, guys. It works well. It's peanuts for money. It's like pennies, and it's be insane not to take these medications with testosterone. You're just playing with fire.
And so that's basically the program that I'm on now. And then Brian and I are going to, after we're done doing the recording, we're going to talk about, where I go to next as far as on my thing. But right now I'm on 1 1/4 shot a week of mixed, 3/4 and 3/4 of SIP and SUST. Prop, excuse me. And then the IGF one, I finished that month, and we're going to give a little time off on that.
So let your body just, because you don't want to stay on IGF too long, your body will just stop working. It'll just stop taking to it. So we take a break, and then we're going to just amp things up for Joe. Get him, turn up the juice, no pun intended. That's good, but he's going to do well. You're going to do well.
Yeah, so basically I'm still on TRT levels. You can't walk in here and say I want to be Mr. Olympia, and it's not reality. This is a legit medical place. They take insurance. They're going to take your blood levels, and your insurance is not going to okay it if your levels are 4,000.
It gets tricky. So like Joe said, I've dealt with a lot of IFBB guys. Guys, I love to write your high doses, but I don't want to walk out here in handcuffs. So, to be honest with you, but I'm not. If you come in and you're on trend, that's fine. Just let's talk, be honest, because I'm not here to judge. I'm here to work with you. I have a lot of patients who are, a lot of medications, and I tell you what I can do, what I can't do, but I'll help them, with guidance with some of these medications. They're taking them, no idea to take them. So.
Yeah, when you're going to a doctor, and I'm saying this in general, but to bullshit the doctor and say, "Oh, I'm not on anything," listen, we've all done it. I'll admit it. I did it for a while, then. But after a while, my doctor, he wasn't stupid. He wasn't blind. And he fucking figured it out. And you're getting older, but and I'm not. And trust me, I am by no means a fucking big guy, but for 50-something years old, I looked a little better than the guy in the waiting room that was my age.
Of course. Yeah, and like I said, guys, you're only fooling yourself. It's okay if you're on certain things. Fine, just let's talk. Let's get you on the right path, and it's really simple. It's simple. I tell guys, if you use any type of narcotics, we want to tox. Let's keep you healthy. That's what I'm here for. They get great gains. I'm not here to judge. I don't care, honestly, if you did something last week. That's none of my business, but you're going to get great results, and your health is number one with us. So.
Absolutely, and you've seen my update videos, so we're going to keep those coming, obviously, as I move along in my program right here with Brian from Men's Health of Smithtown. But make sure you check out their site, mhs.care, and we will see you next time. And women. That's another segment. Yes.
Representing the black team, standing 5 feet, 10 inches tall, weighing in at 150 pounds, and fighting out of El Paso, Texas, Jesse El Toro Santos!
Crowd outdoor here at Indianapolis is quite the show. has not even begun yet. She is an incredibly talented athlete, but you see El Toro, just no respect whatsoever, just grinding away on her head. Get the arm pinned underneath the leg there.
Incredible slam. It's clear, so you can see the size difference. Really, really in favor of Jesse.
Oh my goodness!
Out of the cage.
Can she get the finish here? The big power bomb here, trying to hold on to that arm. Oh my God. Oh my God. Slamming her against the fence. Casado will not let go, but Toro kind of stepped out a little bit. Wardrobe malfunction here.
Oh my goodness.
Santos in there as well.
Here's my idea of immigration reform. Let no one in. I don't care if they're from Mexico, Honduras, Syria, or even if my long-lost cousin Giuseppe from Italy turns up. Fuck him. Let his guinea ass stay on that fucking donkey on the mountain somewhere. No one comes in this country.
What are you doing here? I thought I told you to go fuck your mother.
Let's get our shit together first, and then nobody can cry racism and all of this other bullshit.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
Let not one person come into the country as an immigrant, legal or obviously or illegal, and then they can't bitch and moan about it. All you keep hearing is, oh, well, they don't want the brown people taking over. Well, I don't want any people taking over. Let's take care of America. So my America First thing, as a Trump supporter, also includes America First as far as immigration goes, which means nobody comes through the fucking door, front or back, at all until we get our fucking house in order, and that means getting everything taken care of with the homeless and the veterans, and stop with the criminal justice reform. That's a subject for another day, and all of that, or the homeless and all of that. The mentally ill, that's also a subject for another day. Major thing that needs to be taken care of. But as far as immigration goes, if nobody's allowed in, then you can't cry there's any fucking racism involved.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Spangler, IFBB Pro Bikini and D4 Athlete, and you are watching Muscle Sport TV.
Here's a little tip as far as booking 2 girls, 3 girls, 4 girls, 5 girls, something like that. You want to get into the combinations. A lot of times my girls for that week or that month or that year like to just partner up with their one partner, and they just want to work together that whole weekend or whatever it is. So what I usually do when you book for the 2 girls is I'll send you all the pictures of all the girls that are available, and I'll put them in pairs. Sometimes some girls don't get along with the other girls, so even though you might like the hot brunette with big boobs, she might not get along with the petite blonde with tattoos. So I let you know that ahead of time, because we definitely don't want any personality clashes. We want girls who love you.
Order 66 Big Rob Fitness.